We at Studio Rs believe in efficiency and productivity. These principles are the starting point of our long-term experience in implementing software solutions for the design of infrastructure. We have been developing Urbano for more than 25 years, a modern and comprehensive software collection for the detailed design of pipe infrastructure. Urbano is based on Autodesk technology, satisfies BIM requirements, and implements GIS functions. Urbano software automatically updates all views of the design system. All program parts have customizable configurations. A high-grade module for the intersection analysis of pipe system elements is included. The program also allows the fast drawing of long sections for any part of the network. Urbano includes a lot of options for two-way communication with other software. With Urbano, you can design pipe network systems that are hundreds of kilometers long. All pipe systems can be analyzed for intersections and overlays with parcel systems. With Urbano Hydra, you can design water supply networks. You can input, review, and label all necessary data and create hydraulic calculations and modeling based on EpiNet. You can automatically determine and optimize pipe sizes. With Urbano Canalis, you can design storm, sanitary, and vacuum sewage networks. You can manage gravitational and pressurized sewage systems, including full hydraulic calculations. With Urbano GasNet, you can design gas pipelines. You can determine arc segments in horizontal and vertical views using customizable algorithms for arc construction, thus meeting specific requirements for transport pipelines. Our solutions help engineers develop the infrastructure of tomorrow. We implement the Urbano software collections in more than 10 language versions worldwide. Studio Rs Urbano, the foundation of successful design.
Welcome everybody to the stream. My name is Michal Vajc and I will be your host today. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is, are you too busy to improve your workflow with water pipe network design? And if the answer is no, then hopefully Urbano software can help you. So the subtitle of today's presentation is The Best Software You Never Heard of. So now is the time to meet Urbano software. Today we are especially talking about Urbano Hydra for water distribution design. But under the brand Urbano software, we also sell Canalis for sewage design, GasNet for gas network design, and of course Urbano Ultimate, which includes all of the versions. So Urbano is a design, calculation, and analysis software for infrastructure pipe networks. We have been focused on developing software for pipe networks for over 30 years. We have developed some distinct functions and workflows, and we are engaged with our user community, and we use this engagement, this two-way discussion to make and inform our development for future versions of the software. So if we break it down to the specific functions, you can use Urbano Hydra to design plans and profiles, to calculate and optimize networks with the EPANET calculation engine, which is built into the software. You can, of course, analyze your networks and hydraulic calculation results. You can also connect to broader workflows with GIS systems, with high-end hydraulic modeling software, and of course with various BIM solutions. And last but not least, you can customize almost all functions. So the look of profiles, of labels, data tables, styles, and many other things you can customize yourself. And then, of course, catalogs with pipes and manholes and many other things, and even the user interface. So this is how the software looks like. You are actually in your usual CAD environment. There's a ribbon to use some functions. There's a workspace with the various modules of the software, and Urbano uses the standard CAD features like layers, like lines, blocks, text, hatches, and so on. So what workflows can you do with Urbano Hydra? So of course, the first thing that comes to mind is designing new water networks and improving some existing or optimizing some old water networks. And this is true for distribution networks, but also for some long distance transport networks. You can use it to make hydraulic calculations and even pipe sizing and some network optimizations. So it's all based on the EPANET engine, but in many cases, actually, it goes beyond what you can achieve with your default free EPANET software. Um, you can also connect design, so CAD design, and some high-end hydraulic modeling software, like for example, like Bentley software or Innovize software. So you can get a coherent workflow. You can, for example, use Urbano Hydra to design the system, then export it to the other modeling software, do the hydraulic modeling there, and then return the results to Urbano Hydra, and then analyze them, show them in the long sections, in the reports, data tables, and so on. Or you can go about it the other way around. You can start in your hydraulic modeling software and then export the network to Urbano Hydra, to your CAD environment, to go into detailed design. So there's various ways you can use it. And this two-way INP file import export is included in the standard, in the basic version of Urbano Hydra. You can also do some workflows connected with GIS. So whether you just use GIS data as some input to the for the design system because you're connecting to an existing network, or you can also, of course, when you're finished with designing, you can return this information back to a GIS system. So there's again various possibilities: shape files, databases, just plain DWG files. So various options. You can also go in the direction towards BIM. So with Urbano Hydra, you're actually working on a 3D model all the time. Even when you're working in the plan view or the long section, you are actually editing the 3D model. So it's then not a big problem to export it to IFC or to Navisworks. And there's other workflows, of course, as well. So clash analysis, if you're just a BIM manager, so you're not directly included in the design, you can use Hydra for clash analysis of various pipe networks. You can use it for some construction tasks, like calculating the excavation volume for a trench, for example, and things like this. So there are many workflows you can use. To to say it short, there are three distinct workflow advantages. So you will gain, just your workflow will gain strength. So simply you will be using better tools, and it just will improve your current workflow, to and bring it to a new level. You will also gain resilience. So as I mentioned before, Urbano is a very flexible software. There's a lot of customization which you as a user can do. There's no need for programming, so you can create these configurations and templates by yourself, and this in turn helps you be independent of the software vendor, of us, or some external um, partner. So there's a lot of things you can do yourself, and this allows you to better respond to some new challenges, to requests by investors, to a new market where you are designing for the first time, and things like this. And the third piece of this puzzle is also what we call clarity. So Urbano is a very comprehensive software. As I said, we developed it for 30 years. There are a lot of tools inside. So this means you can actually replace some of your existing and maybe aging software tools and processes. So maybe you are doing something with Excel. Maybe you are doing something with doing some designs on AutoCAD Lite or things like this. So some of these tools, some of these processes will be replaced by one workflow through the Urbano software, which will just give you a much better sense of what you are doing and how you are doing it. So to break it down very quickly into the various packages, so Urbano Hydra, the standard version, includes all of the tools for design and calculation and analysis. So from the creation or importing of digital terrain models, so everything for designing plans, everything for designing long sections, then all of the hydraulic calculation tools, including inputting equipment, developing various flow scenarios, water demand scenarios, doing hydraulic calculations, and as I mentioned, data import and export through the IMP files. So very important, the connection to advanced hydraulic modeling software is built into the standard version. And also there's trenches, cross sections, there's the clash analysis. So all of these tools are in the standard version. Then there's a pro version, and it has two distinct additional features. So one is multiple data import export formats. So two GIS systems, through shapefiles, through databases, Land XML, for example. Then a new addition in version 10, so the possibility to import elevation data and raster data from Google Maps, which in some cases can be quite important. So this allows you to start your design even before getting the surveying data, and later on you can just switch terrains. And of course, there's the data-rich model export to IFC and NWC. We emphasize this data-rich model export, so it's not just you're creating 3D solids and writing them to IFC or something. You can choose what data to add. You can control. Are you adding design data, hydraulic data to the IFC, trench data, and so on. So you have really control over your export process, and you can really create a data-rich model to bring into the IFC and into the BIM process, which is the whole point of BIM. And the second thing in the pro section are the advanced cross sections and trenches. These cross sections they display additional features, like you can add additional features like road edges, train line, and so on. And also, if you are going just beyond the simple trench that is built or made for one pipe system, with the Pro version, you can create a parametric trench that can include multiple pipe systems. So this is included in the Pro version. And then, of course, there's the Ultimate version, which includes all of our tools, so sewage and water, gas, and vacuum systems. There are also interesting tools if you are doing transport pipeline design. So these are parcel design and editing tools. Beyond just editing parcels, you can also do some interesting analysis. For example, you can get a list of all your parcels that are crossed by a pipeline, for example, and you see them on screen. Get the list in a table. You can draw a buffer zone. You can calculate a buffer zone around the pipeline to see how much of area you are impacting with this design. And this, of course, helps you to move your pipe network if necessary, and you can even get the parcel data in your long sections. So the key technical advantages to Urbano software is it gives you a start-to-finish workflow. So as I pointed out, you can change your current workflow, which probably includes many different tools, and you can slim it down. You can to an Urbano software workflow where you start with your digital terrain model or with your GIS data, and you can go all the way through improving the data, designing new data, making calculations, making an analysis, exporting to various systems, printing, so creating these profiles for plotting and so on. So it's a really a start to finish workflow. It also gives you a lot of design freedom. So Urbano features many tools, and very, very often there's multiple ways to achieve the same output, the same end result. So in many ways, in many cases, you will be able to use an automatic function, to use a manual function, to change some data by clicking on it in the graphics, to change some data by clicking on it in a data table. So there's a lot of design freedom for you to use, and you can really once you learn the various tools, you can really adapt to your project with Urbano. Very important, just you will save a lot of time with the built-in optimizations in the system. So as I mentioned, for example, pipe sizing or pipe invert calculation and many other features are optimized for pipe infrastructure design. And they will just save you a lot of time. And the second source, the second big time save is, of course, customization, because instead of just drawing some long section or some profile, you can draw it the way you need it to look like. So you can have multiple configurations of a long section. depending on project phase, depending on the market where you are outputting it, and so on and so forth. So customization and optimization will really save you a lot of time. And the last thing, in particularly in particular interesting for new users, comparing to a lot of other software, Urbano is actually quite easy to pick up and just start using. So it is in your CAD environment. It is, so there's a lot of things you are used to, even if you never used Urbano software before. So it's actually quite simple to start using it. And then there's a lot of possibility to grow with the software because there are so many features built inside. As I said, 30 years of developing software just for pipe infrastructure design. Very quick word about licensing. In essence, we sell everything, so rentals, permanents, and hybrid licenses, and so on. I would just emphasize one thing. The Urbano license is not a named user license. So you can, with the new system, with the new online system, where all the licensing is essentially automatic, you can just return the license to the server on one PC and activate it on another PC. So you do it by yourself. There's no intermediaries in this case, and it's also possible that one person is returning the license from the desktop and activating on a laptop, for example, or one person is deactivating because they finished the project, they don't need the software anymore, and another software is activating the license because they have a new project coming up. You are not just buying software. You are also becoming part of the community, and we provide services to the Urbano software community. So of course there's regular updates, at least two more important updates every year, and quite often it's more than just two. Of course, there's support by email, by various online systems. There's a lot of training going on, mostly some standardized training. There are training videos available. We also, from time to time, do tailored training, but as I said, Urbano is actually quite easy to just pick up and start using, so we don't really do a lot of tailored training, but we can do it if it's necessary. Customization, we will help you. You are not alone. We will help you customize the software how you need it to look. And in some occasions, if you really need something very, very special, we of course also do custom development for certain users, but we also do just development for specific markets, regions of the world, and so on. So Studio Ars is now more than 30 years old, but still focused on software for pipe infrastructure design. And we are actually present internationally. We have users on all continents, and we also have a partner channel. They do a lot of the not just sales but also support and training for our end users. And the software is available in more than 10 language versions, including English and German and Spanish and so on. So we invest in long-term relationships and real software improvement. And therefore, we can offer you a supported trial. So any software company will offer you a trial. That's nothing special. Usually it's like 7 days. or maybe it's 30 days, but we do things a little bit differently. We offer you a trial that lasts 90 days. We don't want you to play with the software. We want you to use it on a real project. We will also not just support you, we will support your whole company. So multiple people can sign up for the trial license, and they will get Urbano Ultimate actually, so the full package. While you're on trial, you have support. So through email, through, as I said, Teams or TeamViewer and other systems. There's learning videos available. There's other learning materials available, and we do webinars. And of course, you can write us an email, ask questions, and so on at any time. And also during the trial, we will help you with customizing some parts of Urbano. So if you can send us, for example, if you can send us a DWG drawing with your long section, with a typical long section, we can create a configuration for Urbano so that you can just use it directly. Okay, so we are now close to the end of this presentation. I would like to just invite everybody to the live presentation in 7 days, so on November 24th, also at 11 o'clock Central European Time, we will have a live presentation of Urbano Hydra. We will show a simple workflow of how to design water distribution network. We will have the same presentation one more time on December 1st, and this time it's on Central European time. It's around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, because actually the timing is more adapted to our users in South America and North America. In Europe, it's in the afternoon. It's in India, it's in the evening. So you can, of course, apply to this live stream as well. And then we will have a training in the beginning of December. So if you're interested in that, of course, get in touch. And as I said, you can get a free trial. And then in December 15th, we will have an Ask Me Anything live stream. So any questions about installation, licensing, various technical issues, or whatever else is on your mind, you can, of course, write to us or just come to the stream and ask us directly, and we will answer. So we have now come to the end. So this essentially concludes our presentation for today. If you have any questions, you can type them in the chat, and we will try to answer if possible. I would just also like to invite you to follow us on our social networks. So we have a LinkedIn channel, of course, YouTube channel as well. On Go to Stage, we have various recordings of our past presentations. There's a newsletter you can use, and also if you want to write me an email, there's also my email is on the screen, or you can also, I will just post it into the chat, so you can write me an email directly to michael.vaic@studioars.hr. Okay, so as there are currently no questions, I will just like to thank you all for coming to this live stream. Follow all the news on LinkedIn. That's the easiest way. Or just write me an email and ask me anything about the software, about presentations, upcoming presentations, trainings, about the prices, about licensing, and so on. And I will, of course, get in touch and help you move along. So once again, thank you and bye-bye.